Today, my guest is Tameka L. Williamson. Tameka Williamson is a true visionary, a motivational speaker, coach, and accomplished senior executive leader with a passion for operational excellence and empowering others. With her extensive career in process improvement, manufacturing, and business services, Tameka has built a reputation as a trailblazer in her field. Currently serving as the Vice President of Operational Excellence for the Michigan Minority Supplier Development Council, MMSDC. Tameka leads a team of dedicated professionals who facilitate over 36 million in economic output and support more than 1,200 minority-owned businesses and 300 corporate members. Her initiatives are designed to foster economic growth and parity for minority business enterprises and their communities. As an adjunct professor of Southern New Hampshire University, Tameka shares her wealth of knowledge and expertise with aspiring young minds. For over a decade, she has trained more than 2,500 students and helped them secure over 75 million in scholarships, earning her the title of the College Prep Boss. Tameka is also a best-selling author, having penned several books on topics such as getting a full ride to college and avoid student loan debt. She is a contributor to 2 influential faith-based and educational collaborations and has been featured in many respected publications, including Forbes, Black Enterprise, and Huffington Post. A graduate of South University with a degree in mechanical engineering and an MBA from Webster University. Tameka is a STEM advocate who is committing to reaching people and helping them realize their true potential. Once a member of the Forbes Coaches Council and part of the John Maxwell team, she has trained over 1,000 international leaders in leadership, efficiency, and project management. Tameka's passion for improving the lives of students and leaders is second to none. She coaches foster care youth through Orange Duffel Bag, sits on nonprofit boards and educates families and how to avoid student loan debt in her own business, which she founded 16 years ago. Tameka is a true inspiration, empowering and elevating others so that they can live life to the fullest. With her infectious energy and dynamic approach to leadership, Tameka has been featured on major TV networks such as ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC, where she shares her expertise with a global audience. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and is committed to leaving a lasting impact on the world. Let us meet Tameka. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Gaby U Show. So today I have an amazing guest, Tameka Williamson. Tameka, welcome to the Gaby U Show.
Hi, Gabby. Thank you for having me.
Yes, so glad you're here today. So let's start with my amazing icebreaker question, one in town. So the first thing I want to ask you, Tameka, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food now. It may not be good for me, but my favorite food is chocolate.
Chocolate! Yes!
Chocolate. Yes, I love chocolate. I mean, yes, chocolate.
Is there a particular type or just anything chocolate?
I really love dark chocolate.
Okay.
And if you put some sea salt caramel with it,
Mm-hmm.
in love with it. So yes, chocolate.
Okay. I mean, the chocolate has its own benefits. As of course, you guys know I'm a holistic nurse practitioner, so we gotta dig on this stuff like this. So, it's still one of those things you want to enjoy life, but you don't want to overdo it. It doesn't mean to be healthy. You don't
Yeah.
need to enjoy anything anymore. So dark chocolate is actually good. Of course, you don't want to overdo it. Especially sometimes as women, when you are on your periods, a little piece of dark chocolate will help. It's actually the dark one is better. Not all chocolates are equal. So
Yes.
the dark one has been shown to have more healthier benefits. So as long as you're not eating a big bag of it.
No, well,
Because
I promise you, I don't do that. I've
yes,
learned to do things in moderation. So
okay. So we are good. And we have a lot of fans that are those fans of chocolate. Yeah, it's like just give me a chocolate, it would be a good day.
absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So the next thing I want to ask you, Tameka, what is your favorite quotes? I know we do have a lot of quotes we love, we kind of use there, but there's always this particular one that we kind of stick to, like, yeah, this is the one that, kind of help you through with things, or, so share with us what that is.
The quote that comes to mind for me, and it's a quote that's very sentimental because it is a more of a phrase my grandmother used to say, and there's actually a song around it. But if I can help at least one person along the way, then my journey would not be in vain.
Mm,
That was instilled in me at a young age because my grandmother always said it. That was her favorite quote. And so, me growing up, the things I've done, the things I've been involved in, has always been tied to helping somebody else, helping to make life better for somebody else in some shape, form, or fashion. So that is by far the quote that means the most to me, because when I leave, I want my legacy to be how I helped make life better for someone else.
love that. Love it. Because that's, I mean, it's this one, I love that quote too, because that's something that I have kind of, you have all these quotes, and I think that one is one of them. Because I believe this is something too that those of you listening, it's one of those things when you're trying to do stuff, and you are looking at, oh, this person, you're comparing with somebody, like, oh, these people, they are reaching out to thousands of people like me. Oh, I can't do that. But then you should think about it too, that even though it's just one person, you change their life, you
Mhm.
have done a lot already, so
Yeah.
don't be worried about that quantity. In fact, there was something where I was hearing in church, they're talking about relationships and all this, that we always want to see, like quantity. It's more of quality, you know.
Absolutely.
So because that one person, you think that, oh, it's just one person, that one person too can impact other people from what you have helped them. And
Yes.
it can be used to help their own family, and then help their own child, and then that child will help somebody else, and it can go on. So I think that quote can be put in just different forms. And as you were saying that was just all the stuff I was just thinking about, like, so it's a great one. Yeah. So I want us to go into, we're going deeper now.
Okay.
So I want you to share with us what you believe has made you this woman today. Is it from your victories, your struggles, career, childhood, all that, share it all as much as you can. The floor is yours.
When I think about the woman I am today, the main contributor of my success, the strength, the resiliency I have right now, I will say is because of the challenges I face. You
Yes.
know, I was sharing with somebody the other day. I was like, it was a story I was sharing with somebody on my team, and I was talking about some dark days in my early corporate years, and I told them I would do it all over again, because if I hadn't gone through that valley experience, I wouldn't have published my first book, and here I am 9 books later. I wouldn't have started my coaching business. I mean, the list goes on and on. So when I think about the person I am today, the challenges, the valley experiences, so having a boss where we were like oil and water, and it seemed like her mission was to make my life a living hell every day. But I had to learn to pass that test and how to overcome that particular moment where I had to reclaim my power and realize the person God made me to be, who he is inside of me, and how great he is inside of me instead of in the world, and the power that he instilled in me. Once I learned to walk in that, there was nothing she could say, there was nothing she can do to me anymore. So when I reclaimed my power, I was in a whole new place. So being able to recognize that our power should never lie in the hands of another two-legged individual, but it should be something that's deep inside of us. Because now people who know me know that I love God. So I believe in Psalms 139. I am fearfully and I'm wonderfully made. He made me, he knitted me in my mother's womb. So I am the apple of his eye. And with that, I connect, I reflect on that when I have those moments. I trust his character. Everything is not going to be peaches and cream, much as we would love it to be. But what can I learn from the situation? So I'm in a place where I try to see the lesson. I'm like, okay, God, this is happening for a reason. So 1, what am I supposed to learn from it? 2, what am I supposed to do with it? And then 3, what is the next? So am I supposed to share it with somebody else? Am I supposed to birth something that's going to bless others? What is that? Because there's always a reason and a purpose for why he takes us through those valley moments. So now I'm looking for the lesson. And that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't gone through those previous valley experiences. So now fast forward to where I am today, I'm resilient. My mindset is just so much more focused on, all right, God, what's next? How are we making an impact? All right, we've done this, what you have in store. So it's so much more focused around really living out that mission and fulfilling his will and being in tune with him and looking at how I'm adding value to others. It's not about me. So how do I bless and help others and die when it's my time to go, die empty, because I've deposited everything he wanted me to deposit while I was still here.
That is so powerful. You know, this is where I tell you about churning your lemons into sweet lemonade.
Yes, because
in the podcast where, yes, sweet ones, not the sour one.
Yes.
Yes. And, you know, it's one of those things, and I know I've said it so many times in my podcast about, you know, this turning your mess into a message. Because things happen in our lives that we did not see that coming. We did not plan for it. But it's the way we can change that around. What we have power, what we have control is how do we react to it, you know? And it's stuff we see around in different ways. Many stories of, you know, individuals, like, for example, there's one I've heard about, families that, you know, they are two brother and sister, or 2 sisters in the same family. They were brought up the same way, everything the same, but they are, you know, different paths. I mean, we see with many families, but there was this one, they were really sharing how one went totally out of place. The other one, you know, she, you know, was doing, you know, well, even though she was one that seemed to have had some traumatic thing, but she's doing better. So it's that things happen, you know, but how do we take that, you know? And from your story you're sharing, you have used those, you know, being in that valley, you know, and now come up from that. And it's the way life is, that sometimes we have to hit that, they call it the rock bottom, to now get up there, you know. So
because you know, Gaby, it's not about how many times you fall down. We're gonna fall down. The key is not to stay there. The key is to dig deep and get back up. And when we have that mindset and that commitment, you know what? Dang, they knocked me out. I thought I didn't duck good enough. So all right, they knocked me out. Let me just shake it off. Let me get back up. Now let me see. All right, how do I not get knocked out again?
Yes.
How do I do better the next time? And you keep getting back up and you keep fighting.
Yes.
Because once you give up, then you're basically giving up on life.
That's right.
You give up on yourself, then how are other people supposed to encourage you and be there for you? You need to be your biggest champion.
Yes, you'll be your own cheerleader. Yes. I mean, if we are depending on cheerleading, it's something I say about having all these. Of course, it's very nice to get the cheering support from people, but that should be the icing. The extra,
Absolutely. Our validation. I was sharing it with my niece because she was kind of talking about, well, it feels good to win. It feels good to do these things. And I was just telling her this. Yeah, it feels good, but your validation, that's the difference between happiness and joy. And I want you to be in a place where you have joy, because happiness is tied to a situation.
Yes.
I need you
temporary.
To have joy. Exactly, a temporary situation. I need you to have that joy that tells you, hey, you know what? I didn't win, but that's okay because I did my best.
Yes.
And if I did my best and God is pleased, then I'm good with the outcome, win or not win at all. And when you get to that place, man, that's the most powerful place to be in. But if you're saying, me winning, I'm going to feel happy. And if I don't win, then I'm just going to set myself up for low expectations and just don't expect to win. That ain't how God programmed us to be. So, you gotta, we hope for the best. We strive for the best. Because he said, wonderfully made, but he said, I will do exceedingly and abundantly above all those things we can imagine. So if we're playing too safe and playing too low, then we're not even trusting him for who he is and what his word says.
That's right. Yes, he is bigger than any of our problems that we think, and it's all about, having this faith, too, it's something I don't know how this is going to work. It's with my own human eye, it doesn't look like I can do this. And of course, people tell you can't, but hey, you have to try. And because this is the thing, people get paralyzed in wanting to try out stuff. And I say this all the time, and I'm gonna say it again. I keep on saying it till somebody hears this. It's that I'd rather be in a place where I know I had tried and okay, than being in that place where I'm still thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. I don't want to be in that place because it's just not it's a stress, try it and see. Because this is where people are scared of failure. You're scared of failure, but for you to be successful, you sometimes have to say fail, which is it's not a bad thing, all the time. That is where you learn. That is where you readjust things. But if you never try, how would you know? How would you know? You can't wait for perfect situations all the time to get started. So
because what happens is you remain in a place of paralysis.
Yes.
Because no perfect situation. it never comes. No. I'm gonna wait to have all my money in place and we're gonna do this.
Something else will come up again.
Something else is gonna come up. I promise you. I'm gonna wait to this. Okay, you're gonna still be waiting, because while you're waiting, someone has taken your idea, because God was waiting on you. So he placed your idea in somebody else who was willing to act. They have already activated and executed the thing that you're still over here thinking about.
That's right.
So yeah.
And then you're here. Yeah. And then you're here, you're like, oh, I had the idea. She did it. Well,
Yeah, you could have did it too. Cause I used to be in that place, because when you think about faith, but my profession by trade, I'm an engineer.
Yes.
So as a scientist, okay, no, we gonna have a plan. We're looking at how to mitigate risk. We're looking at all these things. And when you apply that to life, it's like, it's great and all, but it doesn't really happen in life, because you get stuck in analysis paralysis, because you're trying to perfect scenario before you can execute. That happens maybe in manufacturing and all those other areas, but when it comes to life, no, it doesn't happen.
No.
So I had to even reprogram myself, because I had a friend at the time who was a guy, which is also interesting between how the dynamics between how guys and women, how we think. He said, Tameka, just execute it. He said, while you're sitting there thinking about it and you're editing and you're re-editing, I would have already delivered and published 2 books. He said, I need you to think about the Google or the Apple approach.
Yes.
They execute and then they course correct with updates.
That's right.
So why are you sitting and waiting? Because that perfect scenario you're trying to get to is never going to happen. So you have to just, one of my mentors said, you got to jump out of the plane and you got to build your wings on the way down.
Wow.
So once I started to embrace that, it took a minute. It was like, okay, hey, let's do it.
Wow. I love that analogy there. It's so good. Yeah, that's how they do it. They're always having the updates. They just release the stuff. And then you say, oh, now we are making adjustments. And that is the thing. That is how life is, that you have to do it. How would you know? You're already thinking, oh, I might fail. But how do you know? Why? You might it might be good.
Absolutely. It's just like the engine. I love the story of the engine who could. The person who says I can and the person who says I can't are both telling the truth.
Yes.
So it's about mindset. Which one are you going to follow? Because whichever you tell your brain is the way your brain is the direction your brain.
Mindset is everything. And that is one thing working with my clients and talking to people, just like mindsets, like the mindset reset. It's powerful way what you can do. And this is the thing, you see people doing things out there and you are like, I am more qualified than these people. What makes them different than you? It's the mindset.
Yep.
Like they are doing stuff that you feel like you are more qualified, but you've been there just stalling and like trying to get your own perfect plan. And they are like, we're gonna go do it. They're doing like Apple. They're gonna have the updates.
I've seen so many people do it, and it's amazing because they've been like, hey, Tameka, I didn't have that stuff ready. I just went, spoke, I made it up. I told them what the program will entail. So when people started signing up, all right, that prompted me to now I got to go build the program.
Getting real.
They didn't even have a program built. Like, wow.
Yes. Love that. Yep. That is how it is. So hope you guys are listening to this stuff. You got to rewind this thing and hear it again.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Good stuff. Yeah. So I want you, Tameka, to share with us, what are you most proud as a woman today?
What I'm most proud of, I would say my babies, which are the youth I've been able to work with over the 10 plus years or so. I've been fortunate to work with youth at different levels through different organizations directly as coaching clients or through organizations where I was a resident coach, and some of them being foster care students. And so I would say that is what I'm most proud of. I've been able to help families curate over $75 million in scholarships to help pay for their kids' college education. I've been able to work with some of my foster care babies to help them map out a path of success forward, learning how to transform and turn around the lemons life has given them and create navigate towards their future. So those would be the things I am most proud of, because when they come back and some will reach out to me years later and say, hey, Coach Tameka, I just wanted to let you know, when I told you I was going to do X, Y, and Z, I did it. I am now such and such and such. Those are the stories that brings great joy to my life.
That is amazing. Love it. Yes. It's so, they said the future generation, like, what did you contribute to the younger generations? Like, I sure did a lot. Oh, yes, that is so great. Yeah. So what as we are going to be rounding the podcast very soon, I want you to just put all this thing in a little box here. You've talked a lot of encouraging words, but I want you to just do like a summary of some encouraging words you want to give to our listeners today.
Okay, sure. What I'll say is this. First and foremost, I would encourage everyone to remember that the key to unlocking your greatest potential, it lies within inside of you. It is already inside of you. So I would encourage you to embrace the power of belief, the strength of perseverance, and the courage to take action. No more staying in analysis paralysis, staying stuck, being scared to take action. Take action today. Do it, trust what I would call trusting and trembling along the way, because you got to know that every challenge is nothing but an opportunity for you to grow. And every setback is a setup for you to come back. But you got to be willing to act. So let your faith be your compass that guides you through uncertainty. Let your business be the platform that impacts lives. Let your health be the foundation for a vibrant life. And your pursuit of success be fueled by passion and purpose. I also challenge you to embrace the journey, because this is not a sprint. Embrace the journey of life, for it's not always about the destination, but the person you become along the way and the lives you live along the journey. I encourage you to take those bold steps, dream big, and dare to achieve the extraordinary. With unwavering faith in yourself and the support of those who believe in you, there are no limits to what you can accomplish. So as you walk forward in your path, let your faith be your anchor, your business be your legacy, your health be your greatest wealth again, and let the success, your success, be the fulfillment of your wildest dreams. No limit. You can do it. Just believe in yourself. Bet on you.
That is so great. Woo-wee. You guys are listening, writing this stuff down. I'm always telling you guys, you gotta make some notes here,
Yeah. Add that book of ideas, something to write in or even put it in your phone. But yes, I hope you taking notes from all of Gaby's podcasts, because these nuggets of life, things you got to refer back to when
That's right.
these experiences.
These are the things that keep you going. I do have my notes. I mean, if you are not somebody that write, I can have my notes on my phone and, have them. Now you can pin them and know this, so it's great. I just stay on my phone and reading, and sometimes it's good to have all these things. You write them down and you see how far you have come. It's like when you go back to them, you're like, oh, I wrote this in the year 2020. Oh, look at what, because, you have all these notes and reminders of it's kind of what is going on in your life at different times. And you're like, whoa, I didn't believe I could overcome this. Look at how far we've come. So it's good to, make notes of all this stuff, and it's awesome. All right. So how do people connect with you, Tameka? Where are you always hanging around? If our listeners want to connect with you, tell us about that.
Well, they can find me on social media platforms at I am Coach T Will. So I am Coach, my first initial T, WILL. That's on IG. That's on Facebook, YouTube. You can find me there. But worst case scenario, you can just go to my website.
Okay.
College Prep Boss. I had to think about it. collegeprepboss.com.
Yes. Okay. That's great. So you guys need to connect with Tameka there. And you say you also have books, right? Not book. How do you get your books? Through your website too?
You can get books through my website, or you can go to Amazon or any other place that books can be purchased.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, so you guys need to connect with her, and I will have all this information in the description area, because this is going to be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, all the places you can listen to podcasts. And so you see all this information in the description area. Check them out. Great resources that you can help you through. And so yes, so we have come to the end of this podcast. And I'm going to end it with one of my favorite quotes from Maya Angelou. She says, "When you know better, you do better." Yes. All right, people. See you next time. Bye.